Do you ever wonder what happens to your brain when you get a seizure? Well, your brain is wired just like an electrical grid around the world. There are trillions of connections inside your brain, just like the ones we have from our house. Going from the power station and all the wires going out throughout the city, into our house, to our switches, to our lights, to our stove, to wherever we have our hydro to. It works the same way, however, a little different. As for ourselves, we don't have these electrical cables that are wired right throughout our body. What we do have are cells, so neurons and ions, which conduct and transfer energy, so it's electrical energy, to our body and to our brain. Now, if it's wired in such a way that every single thought has a connection, single thing we do has a connection. Every time we see something, we look at something, it has a connection. So what happens when, let's go back to our house, when the switch is off? Now, no electricity comes through. And same thing with ourselves. If our switch goes off, then we personally switch it off on our own. So what happens? What if there's a malfunction? Like in the house, a short, and all of a sudden there's a spark. What happens then? Same with our body. Same with our brain. Same thing happens. That as we also get a short, and that short, it transforms itself into either an aura, a partial seizure, or we drop. That's what happens when we get a seizure. That's what the brain does. Now, I'm bringing this up because what do we want to do is have everything run smoothly. How do we do that? How does one say, I'm going to get everything run smoothly to make sure everything is functioning the way it should be? Well, for starters, we are a society that is sleep deprived, malnourished, and overly stressed. That's the perfect storm for a seizure, isn't it? We're overly stressed and we need to calm down that stress, to reduce the stress, eliminate it completely. We can readjust our diet, readjust the way we eat, what we eat, when we eat, and how we eat it. We can also regulate our sleep. That's a big one. In today's world, it seems like so many people thrive on feeling that less sleep is something better, is something to be grateful for, is something to be proud of. Oh, my friend, that's not the case. Not at all. We need our sleep, especially ourselves. I for one, I need 8 hours of sleep every single night. And I get it. And I'm out by 8:30 at night, every night. 8:30, 8:45. And I'm up by 5. So I get my 8 hours. And I'm rested. Because I've set a pattern. Now, if I were to do this, get 8 hours one day from 8 to 5 or 8 to 4, the next day from 11 to 7, and go just back and forth, that wouldn't work for me. I tried 11 to 7 and it just wasn't right. Find a pattern that works for you.